If you're struggling to lose weight, congratulations. We can now shift the blame away from ourselves. Well, sort of. The truth is, it might really be due to something you've never even heard of. In general, weight loss is all about energy balance, which we usually measure in calories. You know that number on the ice cream container that we try to ignore? This balance is often summarized by the age-old fitness mantra, calories in versus calories out. But that's not the entire truth. Here's the kicker. Despite following all the rules for weight loss, like counting calories, eating less, and exercising more, sometimes the scale still doesn't budge. Obviously, this can be very discouraging, and some might start thinking that calorie counting just doesn't work. And unlike my exaggerated bench press claims, they're not lying. Of course, some of this could be due to the inaccuracies in the tools we use for measuring our calories. The calories listed on food labels and in calorie counting apps are just rough estimates. Online calorie calculators are even rougher, and that calories burned number on your treadmill? It might as well be a question mark. So we're in a tricky spot constantly adjusting our calorie numbers, but still the results can be disappointing. But before you toss your shakes and workout gear and give up on salads, there's one more thing nobody told you that could be causing this issue. When it comes to burning more calories, the typical advice is to exercise more. But what if I told you that exercise itself could be part of the problem? Now, don't get me wrong. Exercise is incredibly beneficial for overall health and fitness. But when it comes to weight loss, we've known for a while that exercise alone doesn't do much. Studies show that exercise by itself only slightly boosts weight loss. Managing your food intake is far more effective and practical. But wait, here's where it gets interesting. Researchers have noticed that adding exercise can lead to different effects on the total number of calories burned throughout the day. Some people burn exactly what's expected, some burn a bit more, and others end up burning far fewer calories than expected. This phenomenon is known as exercise-related energy compensation. This means that some people's bodies compensate for the calories they burn during exercise by burning fewer calories overall. One study found that this compensation can be as much as 300 calories per day. That's the entire calorie deficit for most people. And if they don't account for this, they might not lose any weight at all. But why does this happen? The reasons aren't 100% clear yet. Some researchers think the body has a set amount of energy it wants to use each day, so it compensates for the extra energy spent on exercise by reducing energy use in other areas, and some believe it could be due to the body becoming more efficient at exercise, using less energy as it adapts. Studies show that people with higher fitness levels tend to compensate the most. No matter the reason, the key takeaway is that exercise-related energy compensation is real. So, think about it. Exercise could be one reason why your calorie calculations seem off. Again, to be clear, exercise is still great overall. And on average, when combined with a weight loss diet, people do lose more weight with exercise than without. But compensation could be the explanation for some of the difficulties people face with weight loss. So, what can we do if we're still committed to exercising? First, we can't really control how much our body compensates for exercise. But the silver lining is that now we know it happens, so we can adjust our routines accordingly. We can either exercise a bit more or cut back on our food intake slightly, nothing too extreme. We could also switch up our exercises to something new that we're less efficient at, like moving from running to weightlifting. Or perhaps the best advice is to accept that it might take a bit longer to see the results we're after. Ultimately, the goal isn't to prevent compensation, but simply to be aware of it and adapt. As always, remember, progression is the path to perfection. Now get out there and be your own hero.